Okay, so question 3 is an arithmetic sequence and series question, and you're given some facts here that you need to then use to put them together. The calculator usage is fairly light here. It's really just using the calculator as a standard calculator. You certainly could use your scientific calculator instead of your GDC for this. So part A is given the kth term of the sequence is 0, find the value of k. We can see that it's going to be a decreasing sequence because the first term is 60 and it's going down by 2.5. So it will eventually get to 0. I mean, A suggests that it will get to 0. So you can see if I just have a look at the mark scheme here, it's really just substituting into the standard general term for a sequence, setting it equal to 0. That's the term we're looking for, the term where it is equal to 0. We know that U sub 1 is 60, so that's fine. We know that D is negative 2.5, so plus becomes minus, and there's a 2.5 there. And you got the K minus 1, and it's literally just a matter of expanding and solving, which is easy enough to do as a calculator question. You can see that really you need to see that you can substitute in, and then you can write the answer straight down for the 2 marks. The second part of the question was, if S is the sum, then what's the maximum value of S sub n? And that's where it gets a bit tricky, I guess. But I mean, ultimately what you need to do is you just need to recognize that if this sequence is going down and down and down and down and down, and then it gets to 0, everything after 0 is going to be a negative value, and therefore it's going to take away from the sum, if you get what I mean. So that means that the sum up to 0 is going to be the maximum value for Sn. So it's worth pointing out at this point, I know this has nothing to do with calculators, but just in general here, it's worth pointing out that when you're given a question with a part A and a part B, it is worth thinking, how does part A help me solve part B? 9 times out of 10, there will be some sort of link between the two. So how can I use the result from part A to help me with part B? And that might allow you to go, well, why is this important? Well, what happens after this? What happens before it? And that might get you to the same level of thinking as I was telling you before. And you can see there's a method here. Attempting to express S sub n in terms of n. Use of a graph or a table to attempt to find the maximum sum, which you could do using your GDC. I won't go through it now because it's probably not the most efficient way. This is the way I would have done it here. Something like that. Okay, cool. So I'll leave it there for this question. As you can see, I wanted to include it because it was one of the questions on the paper too. Very light on with the GDC usage. Could definitely just use a scientific calculator for this. So I don't think there's anything more to learn.